I talked to a woman who was attacked in this neighborhood this spring. Now she says the city here is failing the community by letting that dog's owner continue to have vicious animals inside of this home. I talked to an attorney who says that's not uncommon in Northeast Ohio.
There are more dog bite instances than people could ever imagine. It is almost epidemic, the number of calls I get in the course of a week.
Tim Misny is a personal injury attorney. He sees cases like this all over Northeast Ohio.
Here's the bottom line of it. Having a dog is a privilege. It's not a right. And with every right comes a duty and a responsibility, okay? Now that duty and responsibility depends upon the nature of the dog. If the dog's breed or the way they've been treated in the past lend them to have a propensity for violence, to be vicious, to attack people, then the owner of the dog's duty skyrockets. Now you have to make sure that the dog is handled properly. And what do I mean by handled properly? Every municipality, every village has an ordinance about a vicious dog. And here's what it says. 2 points. The first point is you have to maintain the dog on your premise in a certain way. You have to have it locked in a cage, secured on the premise. Now, secondly, if you choose to take the dog away from your premise, the dog has to be muzzled and it has to be restrained. It has to be on a leash. If the owner of the dog fails, and either of those two things, maintaining the dog on the premise or when they take the dog out, then the city has the right to take the dog away and put the dog down, all at the owner's expense. You know, I've been representing the injured victim for over 3 decades, and the most horrific accidents are dog bite cases, specifically with children. It is mind-boggling how horrendous it is. Once the city becomes aware of it, once they're put on notice, then the city has the responsibility to make sure that that dog is housed properly and then it's dealt with properly when it leaves the premise.
Is the city liable for not taking dogs away?
Boy, that's a great question, Hannah. At some point in time, the city needs to take the dog away. At what point in time is being reasonable? You have to analyze that on a case-by-case basis. But to your point, and it's a very good point, yes, a municipality could be held responsible if they don't take a dog away when they have noticed that this dog has viciously attacked someone. A dog is someone's property, okay? And whenever you take someone's property away from them, you have to have due process. That homeowner has to be able to, the homeowner or the dog owner has to be able to present themselves in court and say, you know what, you have the wrong dog. That's not my dog, okay? Or, yes, the dog is a vicious dog. They have to be able to confront their accusers. Now, municipalities have that right, and I would like to see municipalities exercise that right to take dogs away from people who've exhibited a problem.